Hey everyone, welcome to the fourth week of October 2024 Railfan updates and announcements. The Railroad Museum of New England completed the restoration of a State of Maine boxcar. Next, the Patcong Valley Model Railroad Club will have its 39th annual open house on November 16th and 17th, weekends throughout December, and a couple of weekends in early January 2025. The club will be open from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturdays and from 12 to 4 p.m. on Sundays. Admission is free, but donations are appreciated. The address is 1308 Harding Highway, Richland, New Jersey, which is an hour drive from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and about a 40-minute drive from Atlantic City, New Jersey. There are exciting things to come for Corey Rails as they have provided a hint of what's to come next year, 2025. It was recently announced that the former Pennsylvania Railroad Braddock passenger car is on the Potomac Eagle Scenic Railroad in Romney, West Virginia. And it sounds like this car is probably on lease to the Tourist Railroad. Another exciting announcement in West Virginia as the Durbin and Greenbrier Valley Railroad has painted former Elk River Railroad diesel locomotive number 24 into the Western Maryland Circus scheme. The former Elk River Railroad units are under private ownership, but the D&GV Railroad has leased them since 2023. Over in the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia, the Shenandoah Valley Battlefields National Historic District Group is joining the team to save the former Manassas Gap Railroad and eventually operate the line as a tourist railroad. Without the support, this rail line will be entirely replaced with just a bike trail. So my question is, why have just a bike trail when it is clearly possible to have rails with trails? $350,000 is needed to save the railroad, but the first phase is to raise $130,000. Rails with trails works out better for everyone and will bring more tourism business than either of them would attract on their own. The Southern Appalachian Railway Museum has acquired former Louisville and Nashville coach car number 3264 and will restore it to its as-built status. U.S. Sugar in southern Florida has unveiled a new paint scheme for their diesel locomotives, which I think is better than the previous scheme. Virtual Railfan has a new rail cam for Lafayette, Indiana, and is already available for everyone to watch on their YouTube channel. Last week, I was informed about a company known as Rolling Stock Solutions. The company recently remanufactured F40PH diesel locomotives that are reliable, cleaner, and quieter than other F40s that are not serviced by Rolling Stock Solutions. We have another update on Dardanelle and Russellville number 9 cosmetic restoration. More work has been done to the cab of the locomotive as it was recently sandblasted, primed, and painted and sealed. Donations are still needed to keep this cosmetic restoration moving along. The Gopher State Railroad Museum in Minnesota has a big project underway as their own shop building is being built to protect some of their equipment from the weather. $300,000 is needed for the building materials and assembly of the facility, and at the time I made this video, about $10,000 has been raised. There is a building fund where you can donate to as well as other fundraisers the museum has. During the recent Tractors and Trains event, the Railroading Heritage of Midwest America has unveiled former BNSF B40-8W number 537 in its original War Bonnet Superfleet paint scheme in Silvis, Illinois. The volunteers of the American Passenger Train History Museum have been at hard work priming and painting former Milwaukee Road coach cars number 486 and 621. Work has begun on Southern Pacific observation car number 127 named the Alamo. The volunteers started off with work on the platform end of the car, specifically with the steps, and eventually the platform itself. This piece of rolling stock also has its own fund, where folks can donate to it. We have an exciting announcement from New Mexico Heritage Rail as they have been awarded a Destination Forward grant from the New Mexico Tourist Department. This grant will allow the organization to collaborate with the University of New Mexico's Bureau of Business and Economic Research to conduct a comprehensive economic impact study. Donations and merchandise sales help the New Mexico Heritage Rail prepare for mainline excursion trains to be pulled by Santa Fe 2926. We then go along the West Coast as the Traveltown Railroad Museum's volunteers did a wonderful job of cosmetically restoring Los Angeles Harbor Department Tank Engine number 31. And this museum is located in Los Angeles. Also in Southern California, the Fullerton Train Museum acquired a former Union Pacific passenger car. Before it can be officially displayed, a lot of interior work will be needed. Follow this museum on Facebook to stay up to date on their projects. At the Sumter Valley Railroad in Sumter, Oregon, their passenger car named Leviathan had its wheels reinstalled and is back on the rails. We have another exciting project at the Oregon Coast Scenic Railroad as the Monahan family has donated a standard gauge Climax A logging locomotive Cabin Creek Lumber Company number 1 to the Tourist Railroad. The Oregon Coast Scenic Railroad plans to restore the locomotive to operation with hopes to be a traveling locomotive to events in other parts of the country as an ambassador for the Oregon Coast Scenic Railroad. This mission is pretty similar to Corey Rails, except Corey Rails is restoring a narrow gauge Climax 8 locomotive. Last but not least, former White Pass and Yukon narrow gauge diesel locomotive number 114 left Bellingham, Washington by truck to the Cumbres and Toltec Scenic Railroad its new home on October 26 after midnight. Thank you all so much for watching this video and showing your continued support for this channel and for rail preservation. Don't forget to click on the links below in the description to learn more, buy your tickets, or donate. And to receive more updates on rail preservation and modern railroading, click on the subscribe button and select the Receive All Notifications option after clicking the bell. I will leave a playlist of the Railfan updates and announcements videos on the left, as well as another video that YouTube will recommend for you on the right. And lastly, don't forget to click on the like button and comment your support down below, as that will help my channel support more rail preservation projects in the future. This is Transcontinental Railfan, out.